ReW show celebrating the 7 days of wood. 7 shows in 10 days with over 50 bands from 3 continents. It's an anti-CMJ festival. All of my fucking bands are good.
And who are you?
I'm Frankie Wood. It's Mischief Night.
It is.
Mischief Night. When we were kids, like you either defended, you either went out and caused mischief on the night before Halloween, or you played defense.
Glad to see you finally got teeth.
I got my teeth, yes.
Yes, I see it.
Got my teeth, yeah. And
We got KiPP on right
I got my partner, KiPP ELBauM.
Yeah, have you been confusing you two lately?
KiPP and I are the only ones that Hilly ever gave all 3 rooms at CBGB2 for one night. Right? We had 50 bands, and we did benefits. And we did benefits of firemen and cops, widows and children's benefit, and on 9/11. And hippies and Hill was like, all right.
Billy was always very nice.
He was always great to
He was
us.
always nice to me too.
He was always great to us. I don't know everyone else had any problems.
Even Louise was nice though.
Louise is nice to me too.
And
She always was. I know. Good old Louise. Call me back at 4:35 on Tuesday of next week. You missed that time. Nope.
Okay, what do you got going now these days besides what we did together?
Oh, actually tonight at No Malice Palace. She used to work here. She's one of ours. It's Ladies Going Away Party. She is leaving us to go take over Nashville, Tennessee.
Good for her.
Yep. So tonight, yeah, that's it. She's tonight at No Malice Palace, 197 East 3rd.
Tanya the Revolutionary.
You got it. Lauren Hurley from Connecticut. Absolutely amazing. Who else we got? Val Kinsler. We've got
Oh, she was
Karen
calling
Curious.
it Halloween.
Karen?
Yes, of course.
Halloween, yes.
Karen Curious is on. Dan Perry is on. John Black is on. And
Johnny Black.
Not Johnny. John Black.
Who else is John Black?
Really, really talented young man.
Oh, so like Johnny Black's not?
I'm not going to say that. But
I
John Black.
met Johnny Black for like a million years.
Really?
And
Johnny
I haven't seen him for so long. Yeah, like before, like I know him from such a long time ago.
One of only a couple bands that I ever threw off in one of my shows.
Is Johnny Black?
Yes.
Oh, really?
You what?
Interesting.
I knew there was a reason I liked it.
Wow. Wow.
So anyway, that's a big one. That's tonight. Also have Meanie Fest 2013. Tonight's show is at our bar, and Frankie, you will be there handling that show.
Wow, you guys are like twins.
Yes, we are.
Hey, me and KiPP do all the benefits. Me and KiPP do all the memorials. Me and KiPP do all the memorials. Like,
You did the Sandy one, which was
we did the
because of
Sandy
last
one.
year.
We did the one for Steve Mott. Every time somebody dies, we do the memorial.
How did you guys meet?
Good question.
We've known each other on and off for a long time. We met basically as a joint rider.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
well, I know.
when I did the Johnny Thunder's
Yeah,
10-year memorial at Stevie's,
I had to deal with buddies.
Joey Zero and I and a couple other people, and I needed a pit bull on stage, and so because we did 13-minute sets, 3-minute stage changes, and I needed a pit bull on stage, and I hired Frank to come in. And we've been doing this.
We've been doing it ever since.
Yep.
Okay.
That's when Buddy shows up. Buddy calls up. Bob was like he called up the day before. And he
Are
goes,
you like in a horror movie or something?
give me a little go.
Save me.
Come and be here.
Give me a little go.
It's the best he's ever looked. Come on, come on.
Anyway, it's like Buddy comes in late. He's like, Buddy calls up the day before. He goes, I want to play. I'm like, well, Buddy, he goes, all right, I'll go on at 10 o'clock. I'm like, no, you won't. I'm like, we got everything all scheduled. Everybody else answered like 3 weeks ago. You know what I mean? I'm like, you go on at 8:30. And he goes, well, I played with Johnny. I go, so did everybody else. You know what I mean? He's like, so no. So the show comes up, it's 8:30. Johnny,
See?
yeah, it's like it's the last time. Right? So Johnny comes up, Buddy's band is there, and it's 8:30. I go, all right, you guys are on. He goes, well, Buddy's not here yet. I go, I know that. But like, he knows it. And like, you go on now, or you go on at 2 o'clock in the morning when he shows up. You know what I mean? So they're like, okay, we'll go on. So they went on. Buddy shows up, and he's like, well, I'm ready to go on. I'm like, your band already went on. He was without me.
Right, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Now, Hilly was sitting over on the side. He had his hat down like this, making like he was asleep. And he's like, what are you talking about? I played with Johnny. He goes, so did he, so did he, so did he. Everybody else had the decency to reply 3 weeks ago so he could set up the schedule. I go, you either go on, you want to go on, you go on at 2 o'clock. Your band is hanging out, they getting drunk, they're having a good time. He goes, they play? I go, yeah, but I can fuck you.
So you had a pit bull.
And Hilly was sitting there and he goes, well, I'll go on with Joy. I go, you gotta ask Joy if she'll let me go on with her. He's like, well, I'll just take my saxophone and go home. I said, man, let me grab it for you. You want me to get your can? And Hilly was sitting there like this, like, after he goes, Frank, I've never seen anybody handle putty like that. It was hard not to laugh.
Yeah, Frank and I have been on a downward spiral.
Ever since, we keep doing shows. We do a lot of charity shows, you know? And,
Let me. Oh, I get to press one.
Yeah.
I want this one.
Just push that one.
Sounds like my life.
Funky glass.
Let's hope not. All right, so you got No Malice Palace and Meanie Fest
Yeah,
tonight.
Meanie Fest tonight, yes.
And what's next?
Meanie Fest is the Musicians Emerging Artists New York. This is the 12th and 13th year.
Wow.
I was there from the beginning tonight.
Yes, yep. There's a whole bunch of bands on tonight, none of which I can remember off the top of my head.
That makes sense.
I'm going to be at No Malice Palace for
Right.
84.
Yeah. And I'm stuck with it. I'm stuck with the no name.
At least you get paid tonight, I don't know.
Yeah. After they bring me in for the big bucks.
That's right, yeah, exactly. So just what movie is this from?
Fuck if I know.
Do you know?
Oh, it's $5.99. I got it. It's good. I can eat. I can drink. It's got holes. I can do whatever else I want.
Finally have teeth again, I know.
Teeth again. I don't have teeth until Monday.
You got them now.
God, you guys. So what's next week?
More Meanie Fest shows. If you go to MeanieFest.com or Meanie Fest on Facebook, there are shows all over the city, and I'll be damned if I can remember where I'm going to be.
Denise does it. Our friend Denise does it.
Yeah, we do. I'm stage managing basically for Meanie Fest.
Yeah, we're just a hired gun. We're just like, Denise can't handle a stage. It's like, without us, she'd have nothing.
Well, that's good. So you guys have to keep eating your vitamins, so we can keep having you for
Yes.
Meanie Fest and all the other things you do.
It's all right. I'm younger than he is. I'll still be around.
But you guys, the common thread you do is you support local talent. You really keep it alive, and you give artists an opportunity to perform and play their songs and their music. And like the city,
absolutely.
the city
Well,
is.
it's either that or listen to the radio, and the radio sucks.
Yeah, but you guys allow music to continue for the normal Joe or Joanna.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. People say a lot of things, and promoters come and go. And I watched most of
We
them.
watched them all.
But, Frank and I get annoyed once in a while, but I gotta tell you, I do. But I gotta tell you, he really actually gives a damn about what he's
Backbone, man.
He gives a damn about what he's doing, and
I know.
I support Frank would all the time with his shows.
And now
we need Frank to remain.
We do.
And we need Kip to do mine when I die.
That's
We're in a contest to see who does the last memorial, me or him. I hope it's him.
Actually, I do too.
I'll be front and center for that funeral.
You'll be dancing on my grave, Wink.
You're fucking
So,
right.
it is
I'll come up and grab your ankle.
candy corn
I'll
day.
scare the
Would you
shit out of
like a candy corn?
You know what? Unlike every other big dumb kid in the world, I think those are the most disgusting things.
I love them, but I can't eat them.
They're the best.
Yeah, no.
Well,
Thank you, though.
well, we have the alternate.
Oh, I
Molly.
yes, yeah.
The
I
green
got
Molly.
the Molly Ranch.
Yeah, the Molly Ranch.
That's
The drugs. They busted the guy in Coney Island. They had fucking Jolly Rancher candy. The guy thought it was like, they thought it was like speed. The fucking guy
Well,
watched too much fucking
sugar
TV.
is speed.
It is.
That's right.
I remember I went to Catholic school, and then at 10 o'clock in the morning, they would sell us Nestle's candy bars for 5 cents. So I would sit there, like my father would send me in the morning, he'd send me to buy a paper and give me a $5 bill, and the paper was only like a nickel. So he never asked for a change, so I had to change. So the nuns would come out and hand out these things, like selling these candy bars for a nickel, and I'm like, give everybody one.
Around.
Everybody around. There was 60 kids in our class.
So did you have enough money?
You know, when I was 12 and 13, I used to go out trick or treating with the hopes that I would get LSD spiked candy.
Yeah,
Everybody tried it.
so what's the
Never, right?
I was in an Italian
Never
neighborhood.
anything.
I was in an Italian neighborhood. By the time I got to 13, we were charging the parents, so like, we'll keep an eye on your kids and only get 10% of the take.
Yeah, I'm sure you did, right? Do you still drive around looking at the Halloween decorations and stuff?
No, I'm more like the Christmas guy. I
Yeah.
like a hike.
Yeah, he
Really?
took us one year.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, he took us looking for decorations.
We got a tour showing you where relatives live.
So, website, how do people track you down and know what they're doing? And how do people, like, come to you to get a gig?
Find me on Facebook. My name is KiPP. Last name is ELBauM. ELBauM. I am on Facebook. I'm one of the only kids there. So really,
KiPP.
KiPP. You got it. That's the way to find me.
I was saying PP.
PP.
KiPP.
PP.
So, guys, do you have anything to say to each other? Like, would you ever get lunch together? Do you ever, like, hang out?
We don't get time to eat. So fuck, we scarf down whatever gets thrown in front of us.
Whenever Crazy Glenn lets us go on his roof.
That's what we do. That's what I just me and Crazy Glenn do the serious cooking.
That's right.
When I have a barbecue, people beg to come over. We cook.
He can cook. That boy, if you don't know this, Wood can cook, he can barbecue, he makes the best wings ever, and a lot of other great things. He really is a hell of a home cook. And he likes it.
What's the last thing you made?
It was a 2-inch prime. The day before, it was the night before I had my teeth removed. So I had my last meal, and I had a 2-inch prime rib. Right, and what I did was I took 5 plum tomatoes and I crushed them by hand, and I made a sauce. Right, and then I put the prime rib in the sauce, and I cooked it for like 3 minutes. And it's like it melted in my mouth. I was eating at midnight. I thought, like, you're eating steak at midnight? I'm getting my teeth pulled tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I'm eating anything for fucking 8 fucking weeks. My last fucking meal.
Wow.
I'm fucking dying. I lost fucking 20 pounds in the past 8 fucking weeks.
You did?
I'm eating gummy food, damn it. Fucking
Applesauce.
cottage cheese, yogurt,
Applesauce.
applesauce. Good one for adults. Good one for seniors.
Good for you. So,
I'm doing fish. I'm fresh fish, you know.
I'm doing fish. That doesn't sound right, Frank.
Yeah. And I'm the pervert.
I go right to the gutter, man. I can't help it.
I rub off on you.
No.
I don't get to you. That's all.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah.
hanging out with us is
Happy
bad.
Halloween.
happy
Are you
Halloween.
gonna dress up?
Yes, this is an over-the-hill punk rock club.
Good for you.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well,
as much
have
as.
a blast at whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, wait a minute. You
You
got
know
a
what
show
I
tomorrow.
mean?
Yeah, I'm going to his show tomorrow. Frank Wood, he's got a great show at the Lancey, right?
Lancey Bar.
Yeah, I'll be there. Drinking heavily.
All right.
That's what
Maybe
we
you can
do.
borrow his mask. I'm sure he's
Give me
got
drink
another.
tickets.
Yeah, guys.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Yeah,
thanks,
we
see you later.
got more for this guy.
I'll see you later.
Right.